This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Today we're dealing with an oven that needs the broiler to light. This is what the broiler looks like when it's lit. This is on the NXR oven, but this will be pretty similar to almost all ovens. It uses a very similar type of what we call glow igniter. So we're just going to pull back on these little catches on the oven door so we can remove the oven door. It just makes it easier to get to the glow igniter. So we push those down, and then we're going to lift up, and that'll undo the hinges. We can lift the door right off. And we're just going to pull out one of these grates. You can pull them both out, but probably just need to do the top one. I'm turning on the light at this point so we can see better what's going on, but later we're going to kill the power. Here's the igniter, the glow igniter here at the top. And we just got to get that thing out of its mounting. There's two Phillips head screws that are holding it in, and on the other side of those screws, we can't see it right now, but there's little nuts there that we have to hold on to as we undo the screws. And you can just use your finger to hold onto the nut. So I'm going to unscrew it. I'm going to reach up there and put my finger behind the nut to hold it so that I can unscrew it. You don't really need a wrench because they're not on there super tight. So we got the first one off. This is what it looks like, the little screw and the little nut. There's two of them that are holding on the glow igniter. So we got to do that one more time. And you can use the exact glow igniter per the model, or you can use the generic one that we're going to replace it with that works for most all ovens for bake igniters and broiler igniters. So now I'm just going to pull it out of its housing. I pulled down and kind of bent the sheet metal a little bit to get it out of its housing. Here's the two screws, the two wires to bring it power. Here's the number on the glow igniter. This is the generic kind. You can just get these from Amazon. So I already cut the power to the machine and using my flashlight to illuminate it, and then I cut those wires, and then I'm going to strip those two wires. I'm going to take about a 1/4 inch of the insulator off so we have about a 1/4 inch of wire exposed. Now I'm using the ceramic wire nuts that come with the kit to splice the oven power wire to the glow igniter wire. So I'll do that one time and I'll do it again. Don't worry about which wire is which, because on this type of igniter there's no polarity. You can do it either way. So you can take either one of the power wires from the oven and hook it to either one of the wires on the igniter, and it's going to work great. Just make sure you get these on really tight. So you want a strong connection. And you're pretty much done. Now we just have to put the igniter back into its housing. We're just going to push it in there and line up the little holes on the igniter with the holes on the housing. I'm going to stuff the extra wire into the housing, and we'll put those screws back in. So I'm going to put the little nut in first behind the igniter, and then I'll put the screw in, and then I'll just use my finger tension to get the screw started into that nut, and I'll get it as tight as I can, and then I'll use my Phillips head screwdriver to get it tighter. It doesn't have to be super tight. It's just basically keeping this igniter in position. We'll do the same thing on the other screw. These igniters just wear out over time, and then they won't light the broiler, or the broiler will take just way too long for it to ignite, or maybe it just won't ever reach the heat that you want. Those are all signs that the igniter's getting weak. So there we go. We got those in there tight. Looks nice. Let's give it a little test. So we turn the power back on. We're going to go to broil, and got the igniter glowing. It's going to glow really, really hot until it's basically white hot. Then it'll let the gas flow in, and the gas will ignite. and it makes a really nice flame. This again is for the NXR oven, but this is going to hold true for most gas ovens with a broiler. So there's our flames. It's working great. And thanks so much for watching our video. Please subscribe when you get a chance.